So
Ali, yeah, I'm sorry, this is Zoom. I have to apologize because I cannot use Zoom for more than 40 minutes.
yeah,
Uh,
just
okay, so I think now I have to share the screen and let's complete what we have been discussing. So this is it again. Don't forget that we have two exceptions in the comparative and superlative. So we have good and bad. So in comparative, good becomes better, and in the superlative, it is the best. Bad is worse in the comparative, and in the superlative, it is the worst. Don't forget Ali that with the superlative and add than in the comparative if you have two nouns.
okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So this is it. This is everything about superlative and comparative. Let's go back to this, to the sentence that you committed a mistake. So
Yeah.
here, more easy is wrong. So why more easy is wrong?
Because it's like not compared.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's not competitive.
No, it is comparative, absolutely. But easy is about only one syllable.
Yeah, exactly. Only one
Ah,
syllable.
because only one syllable, I have to delete the Y, replace it with
Easier.
I. Exactly, and I have to add ER. Okay,
Yeah.
so please, this is extremely important. Don't forget it. Okay, now I think it's the time, Ali, to go into details. Now, I have a book. I'm going to explain this book to you. This is number one. Number two, we are going to practice. Absolutely, the exercises that we have in this book are the same, exactly the same of the PTE exam. So we
Okay.
are, exactly. We are going to discuss everything concerning this exam, and I'm going to tell you the best tips, strategies, techniques you have to keep in mind just to gain a good score in the PTE exam.
And if you can send to me as well, it's thank you.
Yeah, I will. But we still
Yeah.
have some recordings.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, we can practice the recordings here in the class.
Yeah.
Okay. So because you already have this idea about the PTE exam, thanks God, because uh, um, you have applied to this exam before. But let me recap. Now, if
But
you
you know,
know,
when I applied for the exam, I don't have any idea about. So I go there and just I said,
no, absolutely, you
yeah, in
have.
front of the computer, and just I put the headset. That's it. But I don't do anything.
Okay, half of the way, Ali, to be honest, is to know the forms and the questions in any exam. You have to be familiar with the forms, with the tasks that you will encounter in the exam. Absolutely, they are really important. Okay.
Okay.
By the way, let me explain the scheme or the structure of the PTE exam. Now, in part one, in PTE, first of all, let me tell you that uh, uh, the overall time of PTE exam in part one, you have speaking and writing, you have out of 77 to 93 minutes. After
Okay.
that,
So just to sorry. So to I make sure every like PTE exam. So we start speaking and writing, right?
bravo, that is it.
Okay. And after that, the part two is the reading, and the part three
Exactly.
is the listening. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So every time this the exam like that.
Yes, this is it. But let me tell you something, Amali. In speaking, you don't have only to speak. Maybe you are going to listen to a sentence and you have to repeat the sentence.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
not,
what I need to know. That's why I try to explain to you. I don't have any idea about the
don't
PTE, so that's
worry.
what I need to explain.
I'm going to explain every single detail about the PTE exam.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
By the way, Amali, don't go to any international exam without knowing the exam. You have to know the forms, the tasks, please. Okay.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I needed.
Okay. Now, keep in mind, Ali, that part one is about speaking and writing. In the beginning of the exam, you have a personal introduction. This personal introduction is about 1 minute.
Okay.
Now, in the personal introduction, you have 30 seconds to give a recorded introduction about yourself. You have to speak about yourself in 30 seconds. This
Okay. So they have someone ask me a questions, or just I read what I have on the computer, yeah?
exactly. Okay.
No one can speak with me, yeah? No one asks me.
No. You have to read some instructions and you have some questions and you have to answer these questions.
Yeah. Okay.
But Ali, please keep in mind that you have to fully answer the questions in 30 seconds.
Okay.
You don't have to go into details because you don't have too much time.
Yeah.
This is extremely important. I know, Ali, I know that this is not assessed. It's not going to be involved in the score of the PTE
Yeah.
exam. But
Okay.
the university, the company is going to listen to this introduction. The
Okay.
listener, Ali, is going to have the general idea about you through your introduction.
Okay.
So please, in the introduction, please, Ali, you have to speak clearly, completely, slowly, and you have to speak spontaneously. Don't be fast too much and don't be really slow.
Okay.
You have to speak like I'm speaking. Please take your own time, take a breath, and speak normally, speak spontaneously, because as I told you, the company or the university is going to have the general idea about you through the introduction.
Okay.
Absolutely. We have a certain exercise, and you have to practice saying a good introduction. Okay. After the introduction, Ali, now we have section 2. Section 2 is reading aloud. Now, reading aloud, there is going to be a text appears on the screen. You have to read the text aloud. Okay?
Mhm.
After that, we have a sentence. You have to repeat this sentence. The speaker is going to speak only one sentence, Ali. This is only one sentence, not two sentences, not the three sentences, only one sentence. After listening to the speaker, you have to repeat exactly the same sentence the speaker is saying.
Okay.
Okay, so not only once, we have many times, we have to do it many times. Absolutely, we are then we are going to go into details. After repeating the sentences, you have to describe an image. Absolutely, there is an image is going to appear on your screen, and you have to describe the image in details. I'm going to tell you absolutely all the tips, all the strategies you have to keep in mind just to, as I told you, just to get a good band. After describing an image, now you have to retell a lecture. A lecturer is going to tell you a lecture. Absolutely, you have to listen to the lecture, or maybe there is a video you are going to watch about a certain lecture. A professor is going to explain something, and then you have to retell the lecture. Absolutely, you are not going to retell the lecture literally, Amali, word by word. No. Retelling is saying only the main ideas, the main information.
Mhm.
And absolutely, I'm going to tell you exactly what you have to do when retelling the lecture.
Yeah.
Finally, in section 2, we have a question, and you have to give a short answer of out of this question. You are going to listen to a question, then you have to answer using only single word or maybe a few words only.
Okay.
Now, all section 2 is about 30 to 35 minutes. It depends on the exam.
Okay.
So after section 2, now you have to, we have the section 3 and 4. Section 3 and 4, we have to summarize a certain written text. Absolutely, summarization, we have to know how to summarize. And I'm going to teach you how to summarize it clearly. Okay. Now, after reading a passage, we have a one sentence summary. Please keep in mind, Ali, this is only one sentence summarization. You have to write only one sentence, not two sentences, not three sentences. You have to write only one sentence. And this is extremely important. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you what you have to do here in this section.
Yeah.
Okay. And the sentence is going to be from 5 to 75 words. Absolutely. There is a sentence could be out of 75 words. Absolutely. We are going to explain this into details. And in section 3 and 4, you have 20 minutes to finish this task.
Okay.
Okay. After summarizing a certain text, now you have to summarize written text again, or you have to write an essay. This is one of the most important tasks. You have to
Write an essay. What mean write an essay?
I'm going to explain, don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Now in section 5, you have summarization again, or maybe you have to write an essay, depending on the combination of the tasks in your test. And to do so, you have 10 to 20 minutes. Finally, here, after that, we have to write an essay. This is in section 6. And the essay is going to be about from 200 minimum, maximum 300 words out of the given topic. And in writing the essay, you have only 20 minutes. Okay? So now let's complete. This is only in part 1. Now part 2, we have reading. In section 2, in part 2 about reading, now we have multiple choice, and you have to choose one multiple choice. So after reading the text, you have to answer the multiple choice question by selecting only one multiple choice. Absolutely, it is about the content or the tone of the text by selecting one response or one multiple choice. Okay. Now, after selecting one multiple choice, we have the multiple choice. We have to choose more than one multiple choice, maybe two multiple choices. It is the same. We have to read a text. This is it, like the previous one. And we have to answer the multiple choice question. But the difference is I have to choose more than one multiple choice. Okay. After that, we have to reorder paragraphs. We have more than one paragraph. We have to order them correctly. Several paragraphs will appear on the screen in a random way, in a mixed way. So you have to read them carefully, and you have to rearrange the paragraphs to be meaningful text in their correct order. After that, we have to read, but we have to fill in the blanks. This is the easiest, I think, form in the PTE exam. So again, we have to read a text, and we will have several blanks. So we have to drag words or phrases maybe from the blue box to fill the blanks. Finally, we have reading and writing. The writing is filling in the blanks. We have a text, and after that, we have to fill the blanks by selecting words from several drop-down lists of response options. Absolutely. Now, Ali, we are talking in general. After that, we are going to go into details. I'm going to tell you everything about what I'm talking right now. Now, after finishing part 2, now part 3 is about listening. Now, don't forget that part 2 is about 32 to 41 minutes. This is the time allowed. Then we have listening. Absolutely, we have to summarize spoken text. Previously, Ali, you have to summarize by writing. Now you have to summarize by speaking. Again, you have to speak about only the main ideas. So you have to listen to the recording. After that, you have to write the summarization. The summarization is about 50 to 70 words, and it is about 20 or maybe 30 minutes. So then section 2, again, it is about multiple choices. We have to listen to a certain recording, and we have to select the correct multiple choice. Then we have filling in the blanks again, but this is about listening. So transcription or text of a recording is going to appear on the screen with several blanks. We have to listen to the recording, and then we have to fill the blanks. Then we have highlight correct summary. So we have to listen again to a certain recording, and we have to select the paragraph that best summarizes the recording. Then we have multiple choice again, but this multiple choice, we have to use single answer. After that, we have to select the missing word. We have to listen to a certain recording, and we have to complete by selecting the missing
So here select the missing word, so you want to write it here, yeah?
Yes, exactly. Okay, you have to select. You don't have to write only select. Select is using your mouse to select.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we have to highlight the incorrect word. So notice here, please keep in mind that the highlight here is choosing or highlighting the incorrect words. So a recording is going to appear, and while listening, I have to identify the words that differ from what the speaker is going to say. Finally, we have write from dictation. To be honest, some students find this task is the hardest because we have to listen and we have to select the sentence and we have to select it's from dictation. Absolutely, I'm going to explain everything concerning the tasks, and you have to finish section 2 out of 23, maybe to 28 minutes. So this is the overall map of the PTE exam. Now it's the time to go into details. So please listen carefully. Ali, what I'm going to say, please listen to the tips, strategies, everything I'm going to explain because you need them. You have to apply them in your final exam. Okay. So this is about your personal introduction. Okay, in personal introduction, as I told you, you have only 30 seconds to speak about yourself. As I told you, this personal introduction is not scored, but the purpose is to give the university or the company admissions officers maybe the impression about you as a person. This is really important. As I told you, institutions, companies, or maybe universities. So please, you have to speak, as I told you, slowly, completely, clearly, because this is the impression the listener is going to have about you. So you have 25 seconds to read the instruction, I mean to read the questions. You have questions here, and then you have to 30 seconds to fully answer or fully speak about yourself. So this is the introduction. Let me make zoom in. This is it. Maybe the page is not that clear, but now I'm talking in general. This is it. Okay. So this is the instructions you have to follow. So the instructions is saying read the prompt in 25 minutes and you have to answer them. So notice, Ali, you have to speak naturally, as much as you can. And these are the questions that you have to read in 25 seconds. Then, as I told you, you have 30 seconds to speak about yourself. There is something, Ali, please keep it in your mind. Most of the students, listen to me, please. Most of the students answer because they have only 20 seconds. Answer question number 1, question number 2, maybe question number 3, but they don't have time to answer question number 4 and 5. This is really wrong. Please, you have to talk briefly. You don't have to go into details. You don't have 1 hour to speak. You only have 30 seconds. So try to divide the 30 seconds to the questions that you have. If you want to divide 30 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think Approximately, we have 5 or 6 seconds to answer every question. So you have to
Yeah.
speak briefly. And please don't let the 30 seconds finish without fully answering all the questions that are going to appear on the screen. This is really important. You have to know how to divide your time. You have to know how to stick with the time because this is international exam. Okay?
Yeah.
Otherwise, your answer will be missing. So, as I told you, try the best to fully answer the questions in 30 seconds. This is really important.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's try to practice. Now, let's imagine now you are in the PTE exam. Now you have 25 seconds, Ali, to read the questions carefully. After that, we have 30 seconds to speak about yourself. So you take your time. It takes 25 seconds to read the instructions.
Yeah.
Let me open the watch.
So what is mean your entrance or
Interests.
interest شو اهتماماتك yeah
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. And why you want to study abroad?
Why do you want to study abroad?
Study abroad.
Ali, if you want to work, you have to replace it with working.
Okay.
5 seconds is finished.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you ready to speak?
Yeah.
So
So
please.
yeah, my interest is speak very well English,
Yes.
and my plan for the future to open my own business.
Okay, Ali. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Don't
Thank you.
read the questions. Answer the
Okay.
questions without reading them.
Okay.
Let's start over, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now you can start.
From the beginning, yeah.
Please, yes.
Yeah. Study English.
Mhm.
Yeah, study English. Open own business.
Mhm.
But study about, but I don't know what it means. Study abroad.
Study abroad is outside your country.
Why you want to study outside?
Why do you want to study abroad? Why do you want to study outside your country?
Yeah. In my country, the English, or yeah, the university is not good, same like here or anywhere on the world. I need to learn English to be. I have then more language than my mother language. I
Mhm.
chose this test, so I chose this test to see myself how I can get the number of the English.
Mhm. Okay, thank you so much. You took 40 seconds to finish answering this question. So you
Okay.
have to be as fast as you can just to fully answer this question. But in the beginning, I noticed something, Amal. You said this sentence. Let me open a new file and let's explain the mistake that you committed. In the beginning, Amal, you said this sentence. Let me write the sentence that you said. You said that my interests are studying English. Studying English. Do you feel that we have something wrong in this sentence? Wait, let's connect this. What is wrong with me? Interests. Can you hear me, Ali?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Um,
this is oh, wait,
okay.
no, 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 no. Wait, hold on. You said this sentence. My interests is studying English.
Yeah.
I think we have a mistake in this sentence. Where is it?
So I'm interested in studying in English. So studying, it's ing.
Okay. Now let me ask you this question, Amali. Is interests singular or plural?
It's plural.
So I have it because it is plural. The verb I have to use is what?
Do you mean the interest, the problem? It's you want to use the sentence are.
Exactly, verb are. Why? Because interests is plural.
Okay.
Okay, you can say is, but without s. My
So
interest is
my
studying English.
interest.
Ah,
Okay.
okay. And let me tell you something, Amal. If you want to say my interests are studying English and stop talking, this is wrong.
Okay.
Why? Because you said interests, more than one interest. Why did you mention only one interest? So be careful. If you want to mention,
But the
uh,
question is my interest. Yes.
okay, it's correct to say only one interest. It's not wrong.
Oh,
But if it is one interest, you have to say my interest is studying English. Okay?
okay.
I mean, Amari, don't say my interests in the plural and only mention one interest. You have to mention at least two. Why? Because it's plural. If it is one, only one, you can say my interest is, or the most important interest, if you want to mention one, you can say is.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So please, this is it. This is really important. Try not to commit mistakes. I mean, grammatical mistake, spelling mistake, because the introduction, as I told you, is really important. You have to practice yourself. Please try to practice the introduction as much as you can. Practice, Ali, saying correct answers, complete sentences, and try to practice how to stick to the time, because as I told you, you have to finish answering all the questions in 30
Yeah.
seconds. You have to
Yeah.
practice, absolutely. Okay, now let's go down, and it is the time to explain the forms, tasks in details. Okay, uh, I 30 minutes. Okay, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay. There's something, Ali, you have to keep in mind. I mean, if you want to read a sentence aloud, it's not only once. You have to read maybe a sentence, maybe 6 or 7 sentences aloud. Repeating a sentence, maybe you have to repeat 10 or maybe 12 sentences aloud. It's not only once.
Okay.
Yeah, please be careful. Okay, in reading aloud, you have to read 6 to 7 texts. In repeating a
Oh,
sentence, you have to repeat 10 to 12 sentences. The images that you have to describe are maybe 6 or 7 images. Retelling a lecture, you have to retell 3 to 4 lectures. And this is absolutely repeating a sentence out of 15 seconds, crop images, 40 seconds, and retelling a lecture is 40 seconds. So again, it's not only once you have to do the task, you have to do it more than once. In giving short answer, it is from 10 to 12 times, absolutely from 3 to 10 to 9 seconds. Too much students ask me, why from 3 to 9? What
yeah.
does this mean? Maybe the sentence, let's, for example, repeating the sentence. Maybe, maybe the sentence is going to be short. I
Okay.
mean, the speaker only needs 3 to 4 seconds to finish the sentence. Maybe the speaker is going to use compound complex sentence. I mean, this sentence is really long, so he needs 9 seconds to finish saying the sentence. This is why you can notice the variety of seconds or time from 3 to 9.
Mhm.
Okay, summarizing text, written text from 2 to 3 times, and the essay is maybe 1 or 2. You have to write essays. Again, it depends on the exam that you are applying for. Okay, now it's the time to practice. And the first task is read aloud. So you have to read the sentence aloud. This is the screen is going to appear on your laptop that you are going to use. So let me, sorry, read the instructions first, and then I'm going to zoom the screen in. Oh, now, this is a long answer speaking task type that tests reading and speaking skills. So you
Yeah.
have to read aloud a short text with correct pronunciation and correct intonation. We are going to explain this in details. And you have to do it from 6 to 7 times. So these are the instructions that you have to read. Let me now just try to make zoom in. I know the screen is not that clear, but you have to read it in the exam. So this is it. Look at the text below. This is it. This is the text that you have to look at. In 35 seconds, you have to read the text loudly, as natural and as clear as you can. You have 35 seconds to record and read aloud. So
Okay.
this is the passage that will appear in the screen. You have to read it again in 35 seconds. And absolutely, you have to finish reading the full passage in before finishing of the time. Now, let me show you the strategies that you don't have to forget, Ali, in doing this task. Now, as I told you, you have 30 to 40 seconds before the microphone opens to skim the text. So, before reading aloud, you have to 30 seconds to take a look at the passage and to read it before the microphone is going to open. So please, in the 30 seconds, you have to skim. The meaning of skim is to read fast. You have to read the passage fast. You have to check the words, the pronunciation of the words, how to say the words clearly. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, Ali, there is a piece of advice you have to keep in mind in skimming the passage in 30 seconds. Sometimes, Ali, there is a word I don't know how to say. I don't know how to pronounce. Maybe because I haven't read this sentence before, or maybe I'm not familiar with the word, with the English word that you have to read. For example, sentence. Let's imagine that you don't know how to read a sentence. What shall you do if you don't know how to read a certain word? If you don't know how to read a certain word, split the long word into syllables. I mean, by syllables, you have to say sentence. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let me give you an example. I know that you are still confused. Now, let me give you some examples. For example, let's imagine that you have this word. Okay, let's imagine that you have this word in the PTE exam. Maybe you don't know how to read this word. Can you read this word?
Incon incons incontination.
Okay. So maybe again, you don't know how to read a certain word. Um, to do so, Ali, you have to split the unknown word into syllables. Let me show you how. In any word in the English language, we have prefix and suffix. Prefix is the some words in the beginning of the sentence this is ness, something I have to write at the end of the sentence. So
Yeah.
this is a syllable, and this is a syllable. Okay, and let's split now the long word into syllables. We have can, this is syllable. We have a vowel letter, which is what? Which is O. This is can, okay. This is shits. Shits. So
Yeah.
we have an, we have can, we have shis, we have nis. Now try to say it try to pronounce all the syllables as one word.
And can fish and can and consciousness
This is shis.
and
Uh-huh.
consciousness
Bravo, unconsciousness.
and consciousness
Okay?
and consciousness. Yeah.
Unconsciousness. So please, you have to do the same if you don't know how to read a certain word. Any word you don't know how to read, you have 30 seconds to prepare yourself. Okay? So try to
Okay.
split the unknown word into syllables. Say it more than once in your mind. When the microphone is open now, you can say the word clearly.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Okay, I'm thinking about a good word to say. Okay, and let me try to write this word. No, it is. Okay. Okay. No, it's not. Okay. Um, um, I'm thinking about a good word. What about this? Wait, what's wrong with me today? It is this one. Okay. How can I read this word, Ali?
Okay. Self
Uh-huh.
self-itchness.
Again.
Self-itchness.
Okay. Let's try again to split or divide the word into syllables. We have cell. This is syllable because we have E. Am I right?
Selfish.
Ah,
Selfishness.
exactly. We have cell, we have fish, and we have what? We have ness, selfishness.
Selfishness. Yeah.
So please, you have to apply this rule because it really helps you in reading the words that you maybe don't know. So this is it. Use the pronunciation and the grammar to identify the pauses will be needed. Okay. There is something, Ali, in reading aloud, you have to be careful, which is intonation. Do you know the meaning of intonation?
Intonation.
Intonation. I don't know if you know the meaning of this word. This is it. Oh my
Inton
God, that's amazing. Okay, this is it. Use rising intonation and falling intonation. Intonation هي النغمة عالي.
Not intonation.
برافو. كيف يعني النغمة? For example, if you want to ask a question, let me write an example, and you have to read the example to me. No, it's not. Yes, this is it. Okay. Let me write something, and you have to say or read this sentence to me. Can you read this sentence?
Are you okay?
Bravo. So you have to say, are you okay? So because it is a question, the
Yeah, it's a
intonation should
question.
be up. Don't say, are you okay? This is not a